Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is a very different video. I've decided not to do a tutorial today, and instead I wanted to go down the route of like advice or ideas or techniques that you can use to kind of improve your work. And it's funny that I am actually recording this when I am. As of right now, like 3 hours ago, Filmright actually released a video on this exact thing that I'm going to be talking about, so I think that's really funny. So, I mean, I guess it's good timing. But what we're going to be talking about today is AI-generated art and how you can use that, especially for VFX work, but also, maybe a bit of cinematography and stuff like that. And it's just really good, and I personally use it for concept art for all my videos. So as you can see here, we'll just have a quick look. We got all these different ones. So I put in the prompt. I put in girl in a forest standing in front of a Stranger Things portal just to see what would happen. And I got some images that I liked. So I'm going to go through how to use it and how to implement it into your footage rather than just trying to copy it one for one. Yeah. Now you do have to join a waiting list. I joined it a while ago, probably like a month or two now. And what you do is you get invited to this Discord server, which then gives you the opportunity to test out the bot. And if you like it, then it gives you the opportunity to get a paid subscription, which I got without hesitation after I tried it. This is absolutely fantastic. And once you get the paid subscription, you're able to have your images in a DM rather than on a public server. So, that's great for privacy reasons. I don't want people seeing what I'm typing into AI all the time. It's also good because it stays neat. Like it's only your images. You're not dealing with thousands of images pumping through the server at the same time. So how it works is if you just simply type imagine, it comes up with this little thing here, press enter or space or whatever, and then you type in your prompt. Now I am currently working on the next tutorial, which is environment replacement and stuff like that, so I guess we'll do something along those lines just for the sake of this video. So I've just put in a basic prompt here. I will go a little bit more in depth on how to get better results, but we'll start off with this. Now that it's done, you're left with this image here, and what it does is it gives you 4 different versions of the prompt that you wrote in. So you can be like, okay, I like this one, for example, because I do like this one, and I like this one, sure. So what you do then is you have 2 different options. You have U, which is upscale, and you have V, which is variation. Upscale creates a full dedicated image just to the AI generated thing that you've picked, and version that just makes more versions of the image that you pick. So for example, I like this one, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it goes. It's in that order. So I do V4, and that'll make 4 more pictures based on this, and it'll continue developing this idea. So as you can see, we picked number 4, and we've got some like better images. Like if you look at this one, it looks good. But now, we've got the atmosphere playing a part in it. It's fading out a little bit. This one is a little bit wider of a horizon. And, we got stuff like that. And it's looking good. So, for example, with this one, I think I prefer number 2. So let's do 4 more versions of number 2. Now we have this round, which, they're all looking pretty refined now, and I'm really happy with how they're looking. For the vibe I'm going for, number 4 and number 1 are kind of fitting what I'm imagining in my head. So, let's just pick one. Let's go number 1. We'll upscale that one just to see what the final result looks like, and then we'll move on to additional techniques that you can use. We have this image, which has a lot more detail going on. You can really see what's happening. And I'm happy with this result. I wouldn't be happy with this for my final result. For example, I would, like a different aspect ratio, incorporate some color and stuff like that. But, it's a good starting thing, I like where it's heading. Now, one thing it does struggle with quite a bit is people. As you can see, you got a small head, a bit of distorted legs, which is fine. This isn't supposed to be the final image. This is supposed to be something to gives you ideas for the final image. So that is the basics of the program, and like I said, I like to use this for concept art, and you can go really, really in depth with it, and it actually turns out pretty good. Now, I've used this for concept art for shots on the channel that I've done. I've also used this for concept art of posters, like movie posters of projects that I'm working on. And, you know, all of it is just really good, and it's actually pretty powerful. You can get a really good vibe with it. Now let's get into the additional techniques that you can use to kind of get a more detailed and specific image. So this video that I'm creating this image for is going to be taking inspiration from No Man's Sky, specifically a planet with a more purple atmosphere. It's more like a dusk environment, and overall, you know, it needs to have a purplish sort of eerie vibe to it. Now, even though this image is great, it does not fit that description. So what we do then, have the same prompt, but now we can add specific things to kind of dial it in a bit better and tell the computer what we want it to do. So the way you do this is you have a comma and then a space, and then you type in your other keywords. For example, like I said, I wanted purple, so we'll go purple atmosphere. Fog, to make it a bit more foggy. Let's put in mountains, because, you know, I don't want it to be a super flat thing like this. I don't really want it to be a desert. Chuck in some nature. We want it to be around dusk. An astronaut in there. Honestly, that should be about everything. What you can do is pick your aspect ratio. So, for example, I want mine to be 16:9, just because that will give me a better idea of what the shot will look like. So to do that, you do dash dash, and then aspect. Now, you can do dash dash AR. I just do aspect because that's how I learned how to do it, so I don't want to do anything else. And 16:9. So unfortunately, I forgot to put a space before the dash dash aspect, so it didn't actually work. It gave me square images, as you can see here. That is very important, otherwise I won't recognize the command. So let's try it again. Now this will actually be an interesting experiment, because it's given us these images, which are cool. I do like these images. But now that all we've done is change the aspect ratio, as you can see, look, they actually look pretty different. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. Now we have these images, which do look very different to these images. This one is a little bit similar to, I guess, this one and this one, but, you know, overall they're very different, and I like that. It just goes to show that, you know, you're never going to get two things the same. Obviously, this is our first pass. You know, none of these are perfect, so we need to keep refining them. Now, what you do want to do is know what sort of composition you want to have in your final image. For example, I do really like this composition of, you know, a person from the back looking at something. You know, I did it in the Stranger Things video where the character was looking at the portal and it was like a symmetrical shot from behind. I do like that. You know, I would like to vary it up, but, you know, I like this composition where it is the person a little bit off center, and it's just the focus is the landscape. I like this one. I like the way the light is playing with it. I like this in the sky. It adds a bit of detail, which is good. And I like the ground. This one feels a little bit disjointed. Doesn't feel as grand as I would like it to. This is another good one here. I'm kind of feeling this one as well. This one I'm not too happy with, so I probably won't even focus on that at all. So, you know, I like both of these, honestly. I can't really decide, so I'll give them both another pass. So we'll do 3 and then 4. And when both of those are done, I will eliminate one of them, unless it's like a really standout image, but I'll eliminate one of them, pick one, and then we'll keep developing our final composition a bit better. This one here is based off this image, so let's see what it's done. You know, I like what it's done. I'm kind of vibing with this one a bit more. I like the dark sky, but I also like the sun poking through, and this has kind of combined both of those. The mountains do look further away because they're completely hazed out, not like this where it's like, you know, kind of poking through some clouds, which I did say fog, so, you know, you can't blame it, but I like this one a little bit more. It kind of feels a bit bigger and kind of has a bit more contrast. And another good contender is this one. I like the orange kind of going through, but I think overall I like this one a bit more. So, alright, so for now we'll stick with this one. And then this is based off the other image, and yeah, look, these images are just a bit better, in my opinion. They're really what I was going for. Now, which one do I like the most? I'm really liking this one. This one looks very good. And I kind of like the environment of this one and the person a little bit, but Not enough, I don't think. I think I'm going to go with this one. So let's continue with this one, because as it's closer to what I was imagining. Now, I am going to skip ahead. I'm just going to give it a few more variations just to really refine it, and then I will show you the final image. Okay, so here we are with the final image that I am happy with. You know, we have the astronaut actually looking pretty good, to be honest. I did pretty well with this. And I liked the idea of having something here. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like a robot. It also kind of looks like a ship or something. But I thought, you know, it could be cool to have, you know, something alien in the landscape, or, you know, like his crash landed ship maybe. So that's kind of why that's there. It's kind of a placeholder for the whatever the final idea will be. Now, I do like the landscape a lot. It's mountainous, looks a bit sandy. I don't know how I feel about that. I might switch that out for grass in the final image, depending on how it looks. And I love the sky. I love this light peeking through, you know, it's lighting him up. And then I also love this, which could be I don't know, a sun or a moon. Maybe this planet has a super heavy atmosphere, so the sun can only get through this much, and this is what, like, you know, full daytime looks like. Who knows? And I like that the sky is purple, but not overpowering. You know, it's not just everything is purple. You know, you look here, and it looks like pretty much normal sand, and you know, you have this light coming through, which is normal, and I like that because it's contrast. You're getting your colors without it being overbearing or too vivid. Using this is kind of like having a group of people to bounce your ideas off. You know, it's still following your vision, but it gives you different things that you know, never knew that you liked. For example, beforehand, I didn't think of putting anything in the landscape that could be alien or could be his ship or something like that. And beforehand, I didn't think of having the sun in it. I just thought, you know, overcast day, foggy, cloudy, really moody shot. But I think this looks really good, and same with this light. So, you know, overall, it adds things more than it takes away. On screen now are a bunch of images that I did earlier in this program, and I'm really happy with the result. It can do some really cool stuff and some fun stuff, and I honestly think it's just going to be really, really good. So with all of that in mind, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pretty quick one. I mean, when I say quick, I mean it's pretty lazy. I kind of just sat down at my computer and talked. But yeah, I think this is a very important part of the visual effects process, is the concept art and the previs related stuff. I love this program, and I hope you like it just as much as I do. I think this is really going to change the way independent filmmakers do concept art, how visual effects artists do previs. You know, like I said, it's not meant to be the final image, but it is really, really good at getting your head where it needs to be to put everything together. So in the next tutorial, I will be using this image as a reference for the shot, so, you know, be sure to check that out. Comment if you came from this video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.